And we back, folks. Today we will be discussing uh pardon me, I can't even remember what I titled this. Yes, video games on the world stage. I repeat, video games on the world stage. Pandemic Lou, have you lost your mind? You're talking all this spiritual stuff, and now you're talking about video games. Chill, 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 chill. Um, Video games. I thought this would be an interesting janitor theory. Yes, I did say janitor theory. I thought this would be interesting because as of lately, I've been noticing people have been saying stuff like, "Oh, what's going on with the video game industry? It used to be better back in the day." Shut up. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm one of those people that does I do relate, even though I feel like my possible best or my favorite particular system actually came out within the past 7 years. You heard? So I don't know. I don't know what people are saying. I guess I'm just a big kid at heart. But a lot of mans out here on the YouTube streets saying video games is not the same as it used to be. It's a dying it's a dying industry, or not dying, but it's just a scummy, scammy, shady industry. Guess what, people? Welcome to business world. Me myself, I'm a big fighting game dude. Fighting game fanatic. Mans is out here getting it in with the fighting games whenever they can, whenever they got this spare time. You hear me? So we're gonna start off with Street Fighter vs. X-Men, released in 1996 in arcades. So I want you guys to understand that businesses don't care. They are gonna start off with a big bang. In general, businesses start off with a big bang, and then over years it becomes degenerate. And it's because pretty much what they're saying is, we got your money. We know you fuck with us. Are we gonna come out with the same product we did originally? No. But we gonna still get your money. That's how businesses think. So Street Fighter vs. X-Men, released in arcades 1996. Fire game. Shit looked crazy. Shit looked ridiculous. And that was where we just started, actually. That's where we just started when it came to the crazy amped up fighting games where you're tagging in and out, doing ridiculous combos, you're doing air stuff, it's just it is fist and feet, fist and boots are flying all over, pretty much. All right. And and um I'm not sure if there was another Street Fighter vs. X-Men after that, but I'm just gonna jump over to 1998. Then there was Marvel vs. Capcom, released in arcades 1998. So it went from Street Fighter vs. X-Men to Marvel vs. Capcom in 1998. Once again, people's heads are exploding. Like, we don't know what's going on with this fighting game stuff. The combos got crazier, juggernauts in it, flipping saber tooth, flipping mans is in it. Like, there's people at Rogue. I'm trying to think of people off the top of my head. Like, people is in it. Like, they were standing on business still. Like, they was standing on business around them times. Like, they was going in. They was going in with the Marvel's Capcom. And then, does it stop there, folks? No, it doesn't stop there. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, released in arcades 2000. And pardon me, I may have mixed up some characters from the first one and the second one. I said Sabretooth and Juggernaut. Juggernaut. I know those were in the second one. First one had flipping Cyclops, X-Men, Ryu, Ken, all that good stuff. And the second one, it got crazy combos. Magneto, Magneto be taking niggas heads off. No diddy, you hear me? Like it was, he was putting in that work still. Like he was putting in that work, and Magneto was one of my favorite. Cable, flipping, yeah, they had some heavy hitters in that. Shadow Sentinel, like nigga just shaking up, shaking shit up. The Marvel vs. Capcom 3 released on home consoles 2011. 2011. The graphics were stupid in that. They just refined everything. This one I probably played the least, I think. I played this one the least. I'm struggling to just even think of a character off the top of my head, specifically for the third. But either way, this one was fire. This one was that shit. It just, yeah, they knew they had a formula, and they were going in with that formula. They just went in. And the reason why I brought all that stuff up, because at the end of the day, businesses got a business. So movies. So after I just finished mentioning the timelines of the Street Fighter versus X-Men, or X-Men versus Street Fighter, X-Men versus Street Fighter 2, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And these were all early, late 90s, early 2000, with the exception of MVC3. So guess what else happened early 2000? Early 2000, X-Men came out. 2003, X-Men 2. 2006, X-Men The Last Stand. 2009, X-Men Origin Wolverine. 2000, yada yada yada. Hopefully you guys are starting to get the point. Street Fighter vs. X-Men, or X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Pardon me, I can't remember which way it goes. But X-Men vs. Street Fighter came out 96. Then they make a reiteration, and they get Marvel vs. Capcom off. Then Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And then coincidentally, X-Men comes out. X-Men the movies come out in 2000. I hate to say it, but there's no such thing as coincidences. I was using that phrase just, yeah, like how anybody else be using that shit. But there's no such motherfucking thing as coincidences, people. These mans planned this, put it in the video game. Then what? We put it on the big screen. Huh? You didn't hear that? I'll repeat it. You put it on the video game. Then you put it on the big screen. You heard? Just like that. Just like that. We tested out with these little young snot-nosed brats running around. If that's Gucci, put that shit up on the big screen. We're gonna make our chicken, and we're gonna have men in tights running around. Yeah, 2-for-1 deal. 2-for-1 deal. Still, this is what they're doing out here. All right, guys. And guess what? Oh, guess what? There was other stuff that came out too. Ooh, okay. The Amazing Spider-Man. Huh? I think July 3rd, 2012. I'm not sure. Just different Spider-Mans. Pardon me. That Spider. This is Spider-Man with the Peter Parker with the glasses and the nerdy joint. Yeah. You do, please, people, do your own research. I encourage you. This stuff doesn't just happen, people. Stuff in life on the world stage doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It doesn't just happen. They didn't say, hey man, we want to make some men in tights run around and we want to put that on the big screen because they were successful in the video game. No, they were talking behind the scenes years ago. I have a theory that things are usually discussed probably 50 to 100 years before they actually manifest on the world stage, folks. So the Spider-Mans, the Incredible Hulks, um, the Iron Man, the Avengers End Game. This stuff is planned 50 to 100 years, folks. My theory, Janitor theories. Please keep that in mind. Disclaimer, Janitor theories. Pandemic Luke Finch. All right, guys. So I know a lot of people saying they have issues with video games not being quite what they used to because they don't make games like X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. Goated, by the way. But they don't make them joints no more. Guess what? They're like sitting like Nelson from Simpsons saying, they don't give up. Okay, guys? They're going to make a passion product at first. They're going to make a passion product at first. And then once they see this passion product brings in the money, brings in the faces, brings in the do, re, mi, fe, la, to, sa, whatever, they're going to be like, okay, we got him. Got him. We may make a sequel just as good, if not better. We may make a flipping a third version just as good, if not better. But guess what? The fourth version is gonna suck ass, and you guys are gonna still buy it. You heard? You still gonna buy it? Still, like these mans know what they doing out here. The video games aren't getting worse. The developers are getting smarter and lazier. What's the saying? You work smarter, not harder. Guess what, folks? Yeah, yeah. There's some smarter working cats around here. And this is not to say don't play video games. I still play my video games to this day, you heard? PS4, Nintendo's Witch, goated. You caught what I did there? You caught what I did there? But yeah, the Pussified Station 4 and Nintendo's Witch. Those are still you know, being used. And of course I'm being facetious here. I don't even know what that word means. It just sounds right. I'm being facetious here with those names I just kind of created, but I'm saying I'm adding those names to these systems to let you guys know, be careful with these video games. Don't let your life get all dragged into it. And there's a lot of programming that goes into these video games. And I don't mean programming like on some, we got to make these 3D models. No, programming for the human mind. Stuff like Zelda. It has biblical stuff in there. So much biblical stuff in there. But Link is not an actual humanoid. He's a reptilian. But that could be for another episode. All right, so video games goes hand in hand with the world stage, guys. If you think you're playing video games thinking you're going to escape, you may fuck around and find yourself even deeper in the Matrix. 2 years pass, and you're like, wait, huh? I was playing a video game like 2 years ago where they had a machine just like that. They had coats and stores all over the place just like that. The video games are on the world stage. It's not excluded, folks. It's not excluded. So video games are unfortunately they're gonna keep dropping off. Even though I got hopes for the next Nintendo joint that comes out, but I'm not here for that. We're not here to discuss that. But this is just pandemic loop telling you another janitor theory, folks. I'm just trying to expand minds, just trying to get people thinking, you know. So video games are gonna keep doing that. That is the recipe. You come out with passion products first, and then after that, you're using the Unreal Engine. You're not using your own engine no more. You're using these filthy, nasty engines that get passed around and probably cost an arm and a leg to use. That's why there's all these microtransactions, because hey, niggas gotta make their money back. So the very last point, the very last point I would like to make is Fortnite. I believe, and it does pain me to say this, but I do believe Fortnite is is kind of giving us a glimpse of the future video game world. You could even call me crazy, but you could even consider this for the kids that are like 13, 14 now, when they grow up to be like 20, 30, they're going to be saying this was the golden era. Because I do believe this is the last era where we're going to be buying CDs, anything tangible where it's like you own that joint. I do believe we're going to head into an era where it's all microtransactions. Yes, yes, folks. Yes. Don't be like, huh? Yes, all microtransactions. That's the era we're heading into. So Fortnite, once again. So if you take it back to the X-Men versus Street Fighter concept and the Marvel versus Capcom concept, I believe Fortnite is the reason why it's so it does look fun. It's not really my cup of tea, but the reason why it's so popular is because they had to make it fun, and they're letting us know, hey guys, guess guess uh guess who's going to be paying for every little item in a game in 10 to 15 years? You. So that's pretty much what once again, this is a janitor theory brought to you by Bandemic Loot Finch, pardon me. But Fortnite, you ain't fooling no one. I see what you guys is doing. I don't fuck with it. It's sneaky, but I don't fuck with it. It's smart, I'll give you that. But I see what you guys are doing. To you guys are trying to walk us, take baby steps into the future of gaming, where it's going to be all microtransactions. Because guess what, guys? Like I said, they're using engines like the Unreal Engine, the Reach the Moon engine, and whatever other engines that are out here. These shits are expensive, and they're getting passed around. They're getting passed around. It's not like back in the days where passion projects were made, like Def Jam Vendetta, NBA Streets, uh, Wave Race. Like these are passion projects. I'm thinking of that was to me that was the true golden era of video games, where you were allowed to explore and the engines weren't ridiculous cost of an arm and a leg, and you could try something out. You could try something out. Parappa the Rapper. Like we're not gonna see stuff like this. And if we do, it's gonna be indies, and it's just gonna have that gross indie look. No offense to my indies guys, because I know people that do fuck with indies, but indies just ain't for me. I need that triple A, the top of the line. I need to feel like I'm in almost a movie. And yes, it's probably guys like me's fault that's not making this easier, because these guys are like, well, you mans want this and that. You bitches are gonna pay for some of this shit. You heard? Like, so. But I'm just saying this stuff to give you guys a heads up. Whenever they come out with certain video games and then a movie comes out later, it's no coinky dink. All right, it's been planned possibly 20 to 30 years in the past. They need ways to tie this stuff together. They need ways to tie this stuff together. So they have to get the kids involved. They have to get the adults involved. They need their money. And guess what, guys? Back then we had movies like Rocky Balboa, uh, Rumble in the Bronx, Rush Hour. I'm trying to think of other type of movie. Jet Li and and what he had going on. Ong Bak. And guess what? Now we have men in tights running around. Men in tights in a bunch of flashy, flamboyant colors running around, and that's pretty much the equivalent of those stuff back in the day. So just providing some feedback on this subject. You know, mans is out here. Stay tuned and we out. This guy loves that drive impact. Oh, too far. He loves that move. Holy. Okay, time to get ruthless. No more jumping for you. Hey, did he just taunt me? Hold that, Mr. Taunter. Uh-oh. Down to hustle. Sandblast, yep, we know it. Get your filthy hands off me. He's almost out. Drive impact. Yup, I knew it. I just wanted him to get burnt out. Hold that, buddy boy. Oh. This. And he's out of here, folks. You heard? He's out of here. Let's clean our hands off with that one.